The targeted EIDL advance emails are going out and the new applications are up. Here's how it looks if you are invited to fill it out. This is big news. I'm going to talk about the email you may get. It'll look like this. I'm going to go through it and what you need to know and be prepared for. And then I'm going to go through part of the application. Not all of it. As you know, last night I covered the breaking news that the SBA put up new guidance and some good news that the EIDL fixed the typo. I emailed them last night about the typo they had, and in their latest version, they have fixed it. So here's the guidelines. I'm not going to repeat what I talked about here. It's 23 points about, number one, the timing. They said basically on February 1st, which was yesterday, they're going to start emailing people. We've heard from many of you that have gotten the emails, and I'm going to share how the email looks and the application portal that you fill out if you get the email. Number two, who else is eligible, and will they give out more funding if you don't fall in the targeted EIDL bucket? That's all in last night's video. I will link to that video above. Hey everyone, this is Ryder from Skip. It's Tuesday, February 2nd. Very quick video tonight because this is big news on what the targeted EIDL advanced application actually looks like and what type of email to look for. Thanks so much for subscribing and supporting our channel. Your support means so much to us. This is the piece we put on the blog last night. So many of you have shared this, by the way. I really appreciate it. All the new folks that have watched our videos and have shared this post today. But let me just show you here very quickly. If you haven't yet, you can quickly see if you're in a low-income community. If so, how much you might be eligible for. Only 6% of our users, that's the 5.8% number at the top, so more or less 6% are eligible for the targeted EIDL advance. But you can see if you are part of that 6% group. Again, it's here under the badges screen or on the main dashboard screen. Just click Track EIDL Grant Progress. So basically, you'll know, can you expect an email this week or next week, or you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Without further ado, let me dive into the email. The subject will be SBA application number and your application number. Invite to submit COVID-19 targeted EIDL advance application. I'm gonna talk about what's in the email briefly and then talk about the portal. They have a new portal for folks who want to claim the targeted EIDL advance application. But let me start at the top and show you what it says. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit here. Dear so-and-so, the SBA is launching a new round of EIDL advances called Targeted EIDL Advance, which provides eligible businesses with $10,000 in total grant assistance. If you received an EIDL advance last year in an amount less than $10,000 and you meet the targeted EIDL advance eligibility requirements, you may be eligible to receive the difference up to the full $10,000. The combined amount of the targeted EIDL advance and any previously received advance will not exceed $10,000. Some of you asked in the comments, what if you receive more than $10,000? Well, chances are that was not the advance. That could have been a loan amount. I don't think they messed up there, but I could be wrong. But if you received $10,000 advance, you're not eligible, so you probably won't get this email. But here's what they say. Please review the eligibility criteria and application instructions below carefully before you proceed to the application portal for the targeted EIDL advance. So they want you to read all this, make sure you qualify. This is stuff we've covered in lots of videos since the legislation became law on December 27th, and I've gone into the weeds on the bill. But suffice to say, you need to be located in a low-income community as defined in Section 45DE of the IRS. AKA, you can use our tracker here and you can see, yes, your address qualifies. Click more info, of course, if you want to learn about the calculation and where it's pulled from. And that's for illustrational purposes only. You know, even if it says your address doesn't qualify, again, the SBA may make a different determination. So I would say still be hopeful that you may qualify. Just to keep that in mind. That you suffered an economic loss of greater than 30% as demonstrated by an 8-week period beginning March 2nd, 2020. And you must have 300 or fewer employees. So those are the main points. They've underlined it very clear here. Low income, economic loss greater than 30%, 300 or fewer employees. We recommend that you have a copy of your 2019 federal tax return on hand to assist you in completing the targeted EIDL advance application questions. You will be asked to confirm that the info provided is still accurate. If there are any changes, you may be asked to provide documentation in order to determine if you are eligible for targeted EIDL advance. And then the SBA may want you to sign an IRS Form 4506T, allowing the SBA to obtain tax transcripts. The SBA's goal, as I mentioned in last night's video here, is to process all requests within 21 days of receiving a completed application. All application decisions will be communicated via email, very important, from an SBA email. This one in particular came from disasterloan@sba.gov. If your request is approved, you will receive an email notification and an ACH deposit to the bank account you provided in your application. It is very important that you double check your bank account information carefully before submitting. Incorrect or incomplete information may result in the inability to approve your request or successfully disperse your funds. Carefully review the info regarding bank account deposits. Double check that your account and routing are correct, etc., etc. So they have some bank information here. And a couple other tips are worth mentioning. Before submitting, you must make sure that the bank account you are providing satisfies the following. Account is opened using your business legal name, matching the values entered in the business information section on your application. Of course, that wouldn't apply if you are self-employed or independent contractor. Account has your business address and phone number, and account is opened using your business tax ID. And they say here, SSN if no EIN is registered if you are self-employed or an independent contractor. So a common reason why the account validation might fail is if the account holder name does not match the business name on the application, the business name changed since account opening, or you're using a personal account for business, account being in someone else's name, such as a spouse or friend. So they're going to check that and match it. That's very important, obviously, for them to prevent fraud. They want to make sure the business name, when a business name exists, matches the bank account name. So keep that in mind. And without further ado, let's go right to the form. Okay, when you click the link, you're going to see a page that looks like this. Targeted Advanced Application Verification. You'll need to put in your EIN or SSN. Now, we're going to try to go through some of this form as much as we can to help you see what the process might be. But this is going to be a portal for you, basically. Two things to note here. They match this page. It's a URL that anyone can go to, but they match it with your application number and the email number. But you have to wait your turn because this invite is matched based on number one, your 10-digit application number, and number two, an invite number, basically a ticket number. And that's what allows you to fill out this form correctly. So keep that in mind. Here's the second page, an information update. Provide the following information and carefully review before submitting. Eligibility questions. I'll go through all of these very briefly. Make sure that all owners are U.S. citizens. Make sure that no one is delinquent on child support obligations. There's other criminal-related questions. And again, this is for illustrational purposes only. This is just to go through the questions, but I'm checking the boxes as I go through. But for illustrational purposes only, obviously you need to fill out exactly what applies to you and base the questions on your business situation. Have you been disbarred from contracting with the federal government? Is anyone currently incarcerated? So you can go through all these questions. It's very similar to the first time you filled out the COVID form. Similar types of questions, but read them very carefully, and they say that a few times as well. And then you have to put in your number of employees, and then basically read these very carefully to understand who qualifies in terms of citizens versus not citizens, okay? Then you have to verify your information that you already submitted. I skipped that screen, but it's a screen where you just verify that the information you previously submitted is correct. And here is why you need your revenue information to put in basically 2019 revenue and 2020 revenue and the current year to date, okay? So that might take a little bit of effort to put down, but they want to see the details there. And that's pretty much it, but you have to certify under penalty of perjury under the laws of the U.S. that the above is true and correct. So please fill out very carefully, and the SBA may want to verify this, so just keep that in mind, and then you can submit. So that's pretty much it, the new information, and I assume that they have already approved you based on your business address. They're going to use your business address. And this is what I mentioned in last night's video. My assumption was that they're going to ask for revenue information, and that's going to be the big thing they want to see. Can you show 30% decline? And be sure that you have less than 300 employees. Check, check, check. So I hope that's helpful, everyone. Please like and share this video so more people know what to expect. We're going to post this on the blog soon, and it's also going to be on the app. And don't forget the free Track EIDL grant tracker on our app. It's free in the App Store. Just search Hello Skip for the millions of you waiting to hear from the SBA in the coming days and weeks. This will help. We have a new version out today. We will be doing new versions every week with more features, more ways to help you, and it really means a lot just checking out the free app. And then if you have feature requests, let us know. TrackEIDLgrant.com. As always, thank you so much. Stay well, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.